And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years, and was bowed together, and could in no wise lift up herself. I'm 37, and that's half my lifetime. That's very hard to conceive of. 18 years of being bowed over, and not able to rise up. The description of the sufferer is so accurate in its details, marks the medical training of the compiler here, namely Luke. The malady was evidently a curvature of the spine of a very grave character. Her presence in the synagogue that day gives us a hint, at least, that this poor afflicted one loved communion with her God, even in her very tormenting state. I would view that as tormenting. Even in her tormented state, she still was coming there in order to worship God. And when Jesus saw her, he called her to him, and said unto her, Woman, thou art loosed from thine infirmity. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight, and glorified God. Imagine how long that this woman was wanting to just look up and praise God, and look up at the beautiful sky, and how this affliction had made her to constantly see the earth. It's really hard to fully grasp. And the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation, because that Jesus had healed on the Sabbath day, and said unto the people, There are 6 days in which men ought to work. In them therefore come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. The Lord then answered him and said, Thou hypocrite, doth not each of you on the Sabbath loose his ox or his ass from the stall, and lead him away to watering? And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years, be loosed from this bond on the Sabbath day? Christ's reasoning is this, that if it was lawful on a Sabbath day to lead out a beast to watering, to quench its thirst, that so it may not suffer so much as 1 day for want of water, how much more reasonable must it be that a rational creature, one of Abraham's posterity, and a religious person, who had been for 18 years under a sore affliction, not 1 day without water, but 18 years, through the power of Satan over her, Jesus said Satan did this, by divine permission should be freed from so long and sore an affliction on the Sabbath day. And when he had said these things, all his adversaries were ashamed, and all the people rejoiced for all the glorious things that were done by him.